is a news show. Sup Nation, hope you're having an awesome Thursday. My name is Philip DeFranco, and if you're not familiar, this is where I talk about news and stuff and things that matter to me today. And quick note, for the next 24 hours or until they sell out, my favorite shirt of the week, I call it All the Feels, is available, so it's in several colors, male, female, if you want to get it, link to that down below. Support artists from the nation, support the show, and just get cool stuff. That was that, and then this is the first story of the day. The first is someone that I don't usually talk about, and that is Amanda Bynes, not because I don't find her interesting, but usually because I think that maybe something's actually wrong with her. Not like Lindsay Lohan, like, oh, you're a sloppy mess. Like, I wish that you had better parents and a better upbringing, but like, actually something wrong. But she says that's not the case. Saying, quote, I have no clue why people say I'm insane. Every time I've heard it, it came from an ugly person's mouth, so I don't care. The only ones lying about me having a mental illness are people I don't talk to. But in the same interview, she denies ever doing drugs, sorry, or drinking, sorry again. But also she took pictures of herself hand-brawling, so that's a thing. So the main point of this story, while I am not calling Amanda Bynes crazy, I will say that crazy usually doesn't know it's crazy. That's really the lesson here. And Nation, I want to talk about advertising. You know, I was out here for YouTube Brandcast, all the upfronts, everyone's talking about advertising, sell this, sell that. It is very interesting, because so many brands out there want to be hip, so then, you know, they tap artists like Tyler, the Creator. Tyler, if you're not familiar, is the frontman for Odd Future, and Mountain Dew is like, hey, we want to be down with the kids and stuff, gang. Word to your mothers. Will you make an ad for us? And I guess they threw enough money at the guy, he was like, yeah, I'll do it. But now Mountain Dew has been forced to remove an ad, but for better or worse. People say there is no such thing as bad publicity for a reason. It is very true. I'm talking about it right now. But the ad that they removed, which I'm not going to show in this video, because if they're not playing the controversy card, then, you know, I don't want my video pulled, is a spot where a battered and scared white woman is looking at a lineup of 5 black men and 1 goat. The joke here, and it's an amazingly good joke, is it's the goat that actually did it. And I guess the super funny part is for the rest of the ad, the goat threatens the woman if she picks him out of the lineup. And then she runs away, and then the cop's like, just do it, and then he drinks. And I found myself going, well, at least George Carlin wasn't around to see this. That's my silver lining. In response to this, Odd Future's manager released this statement: it was never Tyler's intention to offend. However, offense is personal and valid to anyone who is offended. Tyler is known for pushing boundaries and challenging stereotypes through humor. This is someone who grew up on David Chappelle. Well, the thing is, I'd hope that you were going for offensive, because otherwise it's just stupid. I'm not gonna argue that the ad's racist, but it's really hard to just watch anything that makes light of battered women. Like, that pitch meeting had to be like, okay, so there's this white bitch, she is fucked up, and she's trying to pick a guy out of lineup, and there's like 5 brothers. But here's the Shyamalan twist: it's not any of those guys, it's a goat, a gangster goat. We call him Double G, and he threatens that stupid white bitch that got beat up. Bitch hobbles away because she's scared. Goat gets off. We all win. I'm Dave Chappelle. And then people just threw money at that. Then, in really interesting news, 3 men were arrested in connection to the Boston Marathon bombing. 2 of them are accused of hiding suspect number 2's backpack, which was filled with emptied out fireworks, Vaseline, and homework assignments, as well as his laptop to protect their friend from authorities. The third of the 3 was Robel Filopos. He's being charged with making false statements to the FBI and faces 8 years in jail, while the other 2 face 5 years in jail. And while it does seem the 3 suspects had no prior knowledge that this event was going to happen, it does seem like they tried to protect him. According to the complaint, the 3 new suspects saw the pictures of the bomber, noticed that it kind of looked like their friend, but they didn't know what to do, so they went back to their room, panicked and confused, watched a movie, and it was there that they noticed the backpack filled with the emptied out fireworks, Vaseline, which may have been involved with the pressure cooker bomb, and it's believed then they removed the backpack from the room to protect their friend. And afterwards, there was a text conversation between suspect number 2 and one of the guys. And here's the deal: I understand trying to protect your friends, but for this, you call the police. The fact that they threw away the Vaseline shows that they may have, like, kind of known that this was an actual situation. The question would be, why else would you do it? Instead of just trying to contact suspect number 2, and even if you did, if you had also called police, it is very likely another police officer would be alive today. I don't care who that friend is, how many hours we spend playing Halo together, if they could possibly be the person behind several murders, one being an 8-year-old boy, and hundreds of people being maimed, yeah, I'm calling the police. At the end of the day, what these college students really did was aid a terrorist. But Nation, that's my opinion. What would you do in that situation? Then in news that's just gonna add to the conspiracy theorists and speculation about Guantanamo Bay, and maybe with good reason, an attorney of one of the people at Guantanamo Bay was found dead in an apparent suicide. Andy P. Hart, a federal public defender in Toledo, Ohio, apparently died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Hart reportedly left behind a suicide note as well as a thumb drive, which is believed to have his case files. What the suicide note at this time is unknown. And all this news has has a lot of people talking. Hart was assigned to defend Mohammed Rahim al-Afghani. The government believed that he was a top al-Qaeda official and Osama bin Laden's translator, who was detained by the CIA and allegedly subjected to torture methods, until he was transferred to Guantanamo Bay in 2008. Hart was also the attorney for Adel Hakimi, a Tunisian who's been detained at Guantanamo Bay for 11 years. As of right now, the prisoners have not been informed of this death, but it really just makes you think, what was this about? Is there any connection? But before we jump to conclusions, Hart also defended other people. He represented several other defendants, but it could really just come down to the reason some people do it. Recently, it was announced Hart's entire office would face furloughs as part of the sequestration. If you lose your job, you lose your money, a lot of people don't see a future. Could that possibly be it? The main thing we know right now is we don't know exactly why right now, but that hasn't stopped anyone online to start talking. And I get it, when you don't have information, you speculate. So question to you, nation, do you think that Guantanamo Bay, this guy's suicide, there's a connection there? That maybe he didn't commit suicide, that there was some sort of setup that he would not leave behind his 11-year-old daughter? Or is it the more simple case of just a regular suicide? I'd love to know what you think, where your head's at, so that is going to be your question of the day. But nation, that's really everything I want to talk about. I gotta go jump on a plane, go to Florida, see my dad for his birthday. Happy birthday, Papa DeFranco. I'm excited to come down and watch Iron Man 3, take turns playing Blood Dragon, beat up homeless. We don't beat up homeless people. Also, big thanks to the sponsor of today's show, Netflix.com/PhillyD. Use that URL, you get a free month into streaming movies. But, of course, as always, my name's Philip DeFranco. You've just been filled in. I love your faces, and I'll see you Saturday.